cruel game. You're a callous and heartless individual. While I may be perceived as imperfect on the surface, it's your twisted soul that truly betrays your character." Original post. They did it. It took them almost a year, but they managed to follow all the rules for 2 months. We have found an acceptable dog at a rescue and we are bringing him home. A year of preparation comes to a fruiting end after nearly 12 long months of patience. Our family has finally proven themselves capable of caring for a dog without my assistance. We have identified a suitable canine companion at a local animal rescue and are excited to welcome him into our home tomorrow, which just so happens to coincide with Christmas morning. The children are ecstatic about receiving a new furry family member, while my husband has made significant strides in his fitness journey thanks to his daily walks. I too have benefited from joining him on these strolls, shedding a few pounds along the way. I would like to extend my gratitude to all who shared their thoughts and opinions in the comments. It was their feedback that helped me stay resolute in my goal, and ultimately led to my family's triumph. TLDR. Our family has successfully demonstrated they can care for a dog on their own after a year of preparation, and we're bringing home a new rescue pup tomorrow. I am so sick of seeing ads literally everywhere I go. Email, full of ads. Text inbox, full of ads. Ads on my streaming services. Ads in my games. Ads on all my social media apps. Ads in my factory installed apps on my phone. Ads when I use my card to pay for something. Ads when the constant bombardment of advertisements has become overwhelming. Every digital communication, from emails to text messages, is cluttered with commercial content. Even my favorite streaming services are flooded with ads, interrupting my viewing experience. Many of my mobile games are now riddled with in-app ads, while social media platforms are filled to the brim with sponsored posts. The apps I've had installed on my phone since day one have also succumbed to the trend, displaying ads at every turn. It's no longer just about online interactions, either. I'm also seeing ads when I use my credit card or shop at a physical store. Even the most mundane activities, like waiting in line at the DMV or fueling up at the gas station, have been hijacked by advertisements. The sheer ubiquity of these ads has made it increasingly difficult to accomplish tasks without being interrupted or sidetracked by their presence. My patience has worn thin. TLDR. Ads are everywhere and it's getting annoying. Update. This is an ongoing issue that seems to be getting worse by the day. Edit. I'm just looking for some peace and quiet in a world that's become increasingly commercialized. Is that too much to ask? My mother is crying because I told her I don't feel comfortable around her. Not the, "I'm sorry, I messed up," crying, but the, "Why do you hurt me so much," crying. I told her about the time she got angry at me for disagreeing with her about a movie and she cried because she didn't. My mother's tears are a reflection of the pain I've caused her. It's not the sorrowful apology that I'm used to seeing, but rather an overwhelming sense of hurt and betrayal. I recently confided in her about the incident when she reacted harshly to my disagreement over a film, and how she felt overwhelmed by the prospect of raising a child like me who challenges her opinions. What she's struggling with now is the perception that she's been unfairly maligned, as she insists that she wasn't angry at the time. Instead, she's now accusing me of not listening to her, and of unfairly shifting the blame onto her shoulders. I'm exhausted by the emotional weight of it all. To our waitress last night, "I know you had a bad night and I saw the tears you were trying to hide. You were so kind to my husband and I. We weren't in a rush and willing to be patient on your busier than usual night. I hope my tip found you well and that you spend it on Somet." A heartfelt message to a kind waitress last night. I noticed you were having a tough time, and I couldn't help but feel a sense of compassion for you. You went above and beyond to make my husband and I feel welcome, even though your shift was busier than usual. We appreciated your patience and understanding, and we weren't in a hurry to rush through our meal. When we left, I made sure to show my appreciation for your hard work with a generous tip. I hope you treat yourself to something special or something you've been needing. I wanted to acknowledge you in a way that lets you know you're not alone and that your efforts were truly valued. No one deserves to feel bad for something that's beyond their control. Mom uses my mental health against me. Backfires. Oh man, my FB memories popped up, and 5 years ago today my mom and I went to therapy together, and she tried telling the therapist that I am hard to love because of my borderline personality disorder, which has been changed to Maho. A new perspective on a familiar struggle. A recent trip down memory lane on Facebook reminded me of a pivotal moment 5 years ago, when my mother and I attended therapy together. It was an attempt to work through our relationship issues, but it ultimately turned into a hurtful display of her behavior. She made the therapist believe that I was difficult to love due to my borderline personality disorder, which has since been reevaluated and changed to major depression. However, the therapist remained unimpressed, and his response caught my mother off guard. He pointed out that many cases of borderline personality disorder are actually caused by neglect or abuse in early childhood. The sudden change in her demeanor as she grew red with discomfort was a clear indication that she was taken aback by the therapist's words. In the end, she got up and left, a reaction that only served to highlight her own role in the situation. Edit. This story is a personal account of the author's experience with their mother and their mental health. Update. The story does not provide any further updates on the situation. TLDR. The author's mother tried to use their mental health diagnosis against them in therapy, but the therapist's words ultimately backfired and revealed her own behavior as a potential contributor. Can I lose my job because I didn't want to get rid of my cat at home? My boss recently told me I need to get rid of my cat at home because he is allergic. I told him I can make accommodations, like try to wear clothes that don't have dander or even shower at a gym before getting. Can I be terminated for having a pet at home? My employer recently expressed concern about my pet at home due to allergies. I proposed alternative solutions, such as using special clothing or showering at a gym before work to minimize exposure. However, my employer insists that I must either thoroughly clean my home and vehicle or remove the pet altogether in order to continue working in the office. I suggested exploring the possibility of working from home, which could potentially alleviate the issue. Nevertheless, my employer stated that they hired me specifically for my presence in the office, and that it is a non-negotiable condition of my employment. TLDR, I have a pet at home that may be causing issues with my employer due to allergies. I've suggested alternative solutions, but my employer wants me to either thoroughly clean my home and vehicle or remove the pet to continue working in the office. Edit. No update. Update. No update. My girlfriend